Good evening, Carolina. Coming up tonight, we'll fill you in on what's happening in and outside the Palmetto State.
Stay tuned to hear how the Gamecocks fared against the Missouri Tigers.
And finally, SGTV News 4's latest story on a truck bringing fresh apples to the community.
We will have all that and more tonight on Monday Night Mashup.
Welcome to this week's Monday Night Mashup. I'm Elizabeth Martinez.
And I'm Jenna Falconite. Thanks for joining us tonight. In national news, billionaire Elon Musk officially purchased Twitter last Thursday after 6 months of negotiations and backtracking.
Musk spent around $44 billion for the social media platform. Since then, he has issued mass layoffs within the company. The Washington Post reports that Musk will let go of up to 25% of Twitter staffers. Sunday, Musk tweeted a link in response to Hillary Clinton from a notoriously untrustworthy source. The website he linked to was from the Santa Monica Observer, a publication known for fake news. The tweet was in regards to Paul Pelosi, Speaker Pelosi's husband, who was attacked in their home last Friday. Musk's tweet read, quote, "There is a tiny possibility there might be more to this story than meets the eye," end quote. The article suggested that Paul Pelosi was fighting with a male prostitute when he was attacked. Musk later deleted the tweet only after thousands of Twitter users saw it. Today, Musk dissolved the company's board of 9 directors. This means that he is now Twitter's sole owner. It is unclear what aspects of Twitter Musk will change, but he has indicated that he'll allow individuals who were previously blocked from the app to rejoin Twitter. Musk is also currently considering making changes to Twitter's verification process, giving users the option to pay up to $20 monthly for a blue verified check. In local news, a major change to the University of South Carolina branding and logo was confirmed this past week.
The university will be removing the "of" from its acronym and will return to using USC, its original branding. The U of SC acronym was first adopted as a marketing strategy in 2019, but the logo will officially be retired at the end of this year. Starting on January 4th, 2023, the school will be referred to as the University of South Carolina, USC, South Carolina, or Carolina in all of its logos, signs, and other branding materials. The school is also releasing a new logo. The new logo will include the USC acronym in block lettering and the university's founding year, 1801. All other logos, such as the tree and gates and the logo used for athletics, will still be used. President Michael Amaritis shared his thoughts on the announcement and expressed the importance of returning to the USC acronym. Amaritis shared, quote, "In my short time back at the university, alumni and other stakeholders have told me how important it is to return the USC name back to the institution," end quote. This rebrand will also give the university an opportunity to create a new look for its website and merchandise. The Board of Trustees for the university says they are excited for this change. Elizabeth, I know a lot of students and alumni are excited about this, that we're finally returning back to USC.
Yes, me and you both. That's all for national and local news, but SGTV sports anchor Violet Raftery has the update for all things Gamecock athletics. Violet?
Gamecock athletics had few wins, but a lot to celebrate this past week. Both volleyball and women's soccer hosted their senior nights. Women's soccer celebrated their 8 seniors on Thursday in a 2-0 shutout win against Missouri. The win puts the Gamecocks in the number 2 seed heading into the SEC tournament and gives them the SEC East title. To add to their exciting week, it was announced yesterday that players Kat Berry, Jalissa Harris, Shay Overk, and Gracie Falla have been named to all SEC teams. The team will travel to Pensacola, Florida tomorrow to face Ole Miss in the first game of the SEC tournament. The game is set to start at 1 p.m. and will be available for fans to watch on the SEC network. Volleyball lost to Texas A&M 3-1 on Friday. It marked the Gamecocks' 5th straight loss to the Aggies in their all-time series. Despite the defeat, 7 players celebrated their senior night recognition prior to the first serve. The team is scheduled to play 3 games this week. First, they'll travel to Arkansas for an 8 p.m. game on the SEC network. Then they'll come back home for back-to-back games against Ole Miss this weekend. Saturday's game will be on SEC Plus at 2 p.m. and Sunday's game will be on ESPNU at 4 p.m. For Carolina football, Halloween proved to be a bit scary. The Gamecocks lost to the Missouri Tigers on Saturday, and their first game is the 25th ranked team. Following their struggles, USC has fallen off of the AP poll. Columbia, Missouri has a 4-game winning streak over Columbia, South Carolina, and the Tigers lead the all-time series with 8 wins to 5 losses against the Gamecocks. USC fans in attendance were still able to celebrate the university's homecoming with a tailgate party before kickoff and the recognition of former homecoming queen Gail Bush Diggs during the game. The team remains 1 win away from being eligible for a bowl game, with matchups against Vanderbilt, Florida, Tennessee, and Clemson rounding out their regular season schedule. They'll be headed to Nashville this Saturday for a 7:30 p.m. kickoff. The game will be broadcast on the SEC network. And finally, we're quickly approaching college basketball season. The reigning national champion women's team just began exhibition play against Benedict College tonight and will open their regular season a week from today. Next Monday, the team will host East Tennessee State at 8:30 p.m. The men will take on Mars Hill for an exhibition game in Colonial Life Arena at 7 p.m. on Wednesday. Their regular season is set to begin next Tuesday at 7 p.m. when they'll play host to South Carolina State. Both the men's and women's first regular season games will be broadcast on the SEC network for fans who can't make it out to Colonial Life.
Good evening, Gamecocks. Let's take a look at our weather for this week. Currently in Columbia, it is 72 degrees and mostly cloudy skies. It's a perfect night for trick-or-treating, not too hot, not too cold. And let's take a look at what our weather will be for the rest of this week here in Columbia. So like I mentioned tonight, it's a great night for trick-or-treating, 78 degrees, cloudy skies, not too warm or hot. And for the rest of this week, we'll see our temperatures continue into the mid-lower 70s. So pretty warm weather, even though we're entering into November. Don't be fooled, our temperatures are still pretty high. Clouds are clearing up tomorrow as we see some partly cloudy skies, and then Thursday it will be nice and sunny with a high of 74 degrees. Clouds will start to come back as we go into the weekend on Friday and Saturday, still partly cloudy skies, and then Saturday we are hitting 80 degrees again.
Next up, SGTV News 4 reporter Alex Teeter visited a Michigan-based company that brings tastes of the North down to the Midlands.
It's fall on campus, and also apple season. Students looking for apples to make pies or ciders had an opportunity to buy fresh, Michigan-grown apples without going to the grocery store last week. The Apple Truck is a Michigan-based company that aims to bring fresh apples down to the South. Dale Apley is one of the founders of the Apple Truck, and he has made it his mission to provide their customers with the best-tasting apple.
We, as a family, had friends and family members in the South that were from the North, and they kept saying, I could not get a good apple in the South. And so we figured that we could deliver a great product. Michigan is the fruit belt of the U.S.
Michigan's great climate and location to the Great Lakes make the perfect atmosphere for apples to grow. According to the Michigan Apple Committee, this year's crop estimate is projected to be 29.5 million bushels. The Apple Truck aims to bring these apples down every day to be sold out of the truck.
You know, with the Apple Truck, we're bringing fresh Michigan apples. These apples in the truck were just picked and packed within days of arriving to you. And that's what makes Michigan unique about, you know, the fruit and the apple itself. It's a little bit more sustainable apple than traditional other states that grow apples.
University of South Carolina students Kayla Keith and Hannah Digert are both out-of-state students from the North. The Apple Truck lets them get a taste of home that they can't find anywhere else in South Carolina.
I miss the cider mills and everything from up north, and they don't really have any around here, so I wanted to come get something.
Yeah, prior to this I lived in Kansas and we had cider there, so closest place here to get cider.
According to the Apple Truck website, apples go from the farm to the customer within 48 to 72 hours of picking. Apple Truck customer Miss Robbins says that she chose the Apple Truck because of how quickly you get ripe apples from the farm.
Well, I saw a couple reviews. People said they were really good last year, and you know, they had some things on the website that said they're not sitting in storage. They're pretty much fresh from the orchard and picked ripe.
With more than 140 truck stops across the South this year alone, there are plenty of opportunities to pick up your Michigan fresh apples. If you're interested in experiencing these apples for yourself, the Apple Truck accepts pre-orders online. For SGTV News 4, I'm Alex Teeter.
So upset that I missed it. I don't know about you, but I'll definitely be returning if they come back next year.
Absolutely. Apples are the perfect fall fruit. You can make so many delicious desserts with them.
They're definitely my favorite.
Me too.
That wraps tonight's edition of Monday Night Mashup.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SGTV at USC.
To keep up with all of our content, be sure to also visit us online at sgtvonline.com. For SGTV News 4, I'm Elizabeth Martinez.
And I'm Jenna Falconite. Have a great night, Carolina.